Hello and welcome back to Rolly's Wheels. Today we're going to take out the XF and we're going to do something different. We're going to be stopping at various parts on our trip to North Wales. So what we're going to try and do is to have some nice views hopefully in the background, but tell you a little bit more about the car and our little adventure during the day. So just follow it through and I hope you really enjoy it. So what we thought we'd do this morning, because I don't know, we're a bit lazy, we thought we'd stop off at McDonald's and have a breakfast there. So I hope they're going to be still serving. They should do. It's 10:30 now, so we're just about probably going to make it. It's looking a bit on the busy side too. Strange, but anyway. But looking across towards the weather, it looks a little bit brighter across towards the Wales direction. There's sun cracking through the clouds, so hopefully we're going to have quite a nice day weather-wise. Really hope so, because it's going to be quite scenic. I think this person's probably forgotten to take their indicator off. Obviously don't look at their dashboard. Big blinking light going on in front of them on the dashboard. So you can see the clouds just gracing the Welsh hills in the distance, if you can just about make that out, over the top of this Mercedes. Yeah, so we're heading towards Broughton for our breakfast, so we'll catch up to you when we get to Broughton. So here we are, turning off for Broughton. I don't know whether any of you viewers, you might know where we are, you may not, but we're just coming off of the Broughton Retail Park where McDonald's is, so really ravenous now. Yeah, it's getting on a little bit, so I hope that the drive-through serving breakfast is still going to be happening. But I wonder how busy it is as well, actually, because it's a Friday. It's a Friday, so just see how busy it is going to be. So yeah, built all these new houses on the left-hand side a couple of years ago. It was all green belt, well not green belt, but green field area. But it seems to have grown quite quickly. Quite handy actually, being there if you're living there. The retail park's just around the corner here. You've got quite a good selection of shops, and the cinema, and a good selection of restaurants too. Actually, we've been here several times to have a meal when it's quite nice. There's McDonald's over there. See, so there's no queue going through. I hope that the drive-through is open. Recently they've been closing the drive-through, so fingers crossed. It does look reasonably busy, so let's hope we're going to get our breakfast without a problem.
Please get through to the window.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we've managed to have our McDonald's with great success. It was really brilliant. Now we're topped up tummy wise. We're now travelling off from Broughton across country towards Bala, and actually we've gone through Mould and we're heading towards Ruthin. We've just gone through Loggerheads actually, so it's quite beautiful. We're heading into the Welsh hills and countryside, so this is going to be a really nice trip. Although, you know, we could have done with a bit more sunshine, but it's always beautiful anyway. Even when it rains, it can look beautiful around here. But no, I don't think it's going to rain just yet. We might have a bit of a light shower, but that's not going to put us off. And we're lucky there's not that much traffic either. So we're just plodding on, and we're going to probably stop off at a place called Rog, which is on the A5, not too far before getting towards the Bala turn-off. But anyway, we'll see how we get on and see how our time is. yeah, you can see this little village of Llanferris, which is only a little hamlet, quite beautiful actually, quite nicely in the countryside, not too far from Mould, so these people living here will be able to toddle into Mould. And Mould now has got all the supermarkets that you want and the shops and so on, so it's quite a nice place to go and do your shopping. It's looking a bit dark actually now, the wind's starting to pick up, so oh, look at that view now as we come around the corner of the mist just gracing the top of those Welsh hills. Yeah, that looks nice, really nice. Notice there's quite a lot of speed restrictions on this section of road, and generally across the country now we're seeing more and more speed cameras dotted around, so you spend more and more of your time looking at your speedometer and looking out the window for speed cameras. Not that I'm speeding, of course, but hey, you know, it just seems to be one of those things that seems to be increasing. There's a nice big parking lay-by for people who want to stop and have a picnic during the summertime. This is now sort of back end of summer into autumn now, so we're expecting it to be a little bit quieter. Notice all the cows are sitting down in the field, so that's normally a sign of rain to come. I don't know whether any of you people have the same sort of country sayings, but we'll just have to see. So we're going to go off left here, which is going to be interesting. Heading cross country. So take a little look at that view now. We're heading towards the A5 now, from the back of the Llandegla moor, and the scenery is going to really improve again even more. You see far-reaching views, lovely hills and mountains starting to unfold. This is a road that I know like back of my hand. Having lived in Wales previously, I use this road reasonably frequently to get to Chester from the Llŷn Peninsula, and in the summertime it tended to get quite busy, but now this is quite nice because, you know, it's not very busy. Again, as I mentioned before, we've got average speed cameras dotted along this road, and it's limited to 50 miles an hour. You can see the beautiful landscape as we're driving along. What more would you want? Beautiful, beautiful run. I really enjoy this road. Every time I drive it, it's a wonderful experience and a beautiful, beautiful area of the country. So here we are on the A5 now, join the A5, and this is the place I spoke about earlier called Rhug, R-H-U-G. It's a farm that diversified, and they've built a cafe restaurant and a farm shop. They specialise in their beef, and you'll see a great big effigy of a great big bull parked on the car park at the far side. Actually, there's one on the left here. I'm just going to turn in. You can see it here on the left by the drive-through they've got. It's really popular, and in the summertime you get a lot of motorcyclists who stop off here before they enter further into Wales. It's a very pleasant place to stop off. Picnic area as well to one side, so you can buy from the farm shop any pies and sandwiches or whatever and sit outside. And again, it looks like it's reasonably popular again. So for those guys and girls who don't know about this place, I'd recommend it. It's really nice. It's a nice break on the way into North Wales. So we're going to find a space to park, and we're going to partake in maybe a hot chocolate or something, I don't know. So here we are now at Rhug. You can see the setup of this very nice place actually. It's I don't know of another one quite as nice, and I've been around the country, but it's done very, very, very nicely, very carefully. You sit outside or inside, but it's in the middle of the country. So if you spin around a bit, you can see from the countryside. You can just lift the camera a bit. There's the lovely hillsides. It's very nice around here. Beautiful, really nice. So here we are at, I think it's called Trewelyn Reservoir, which is not too far from Bala, and this is the road that leads across towards Porthmadog. What a beautiful view it is too. See, people have been quite busy building little stone towers or stone pillars, whatever they are. It's quite strange, isn't it? But it's quite a scenic route. This is all part and parcel of our trip in the Jaguar XF. I'm just going to zoom in on one of those little stone towers because people have been very clever. Brilliant, aren't they? So we're on the road now from Crickeath to Pwllheli, and the sun has now come out. It's wonderful. Temperatures reached 21 degrees. We've come out of, I think it's 16, 17 degrees back in Cheshire, so the weather has improved as we've travelled this way. And we're heading off towards Abersoch. We're going to go through Pwllheli and then on to Abersoch. So here we are now entering Abersoch. Nice little seaside village, which is very popular because of the weather generally is very, very good. It's got that continental stream which runs past it weather-wise, and generally the weather is more or less warmer and better here than most of the country, I think, apart from Cornwall. But yeah, and it's a resort that a lot of people know about, and there's a lot of boats in the harbour as well, which I like to see. I think anything to do with boats and sea, I think is wonderful. Poor thing, I'm knackered.